Hey there, I'm Elizabeth, coming to you from the UNT Dallas Learning Commons. In my first video, I shared with you an overview of critical thinking and why it's important. Today, I'm diving into one strategy for developing your critical thinking skills, asking questions to analyze the how and the why. Let's get started. There are 5 W question words in English: who, what, when, where, and why. And the 6th question word is how. While the questions of who, what, when, and where are typically more surface level, asking the question why or how can help you to think critically and analyze a situation. Let's look at some examples of thinking critically by analyzing the how and the why. Let's say you are a researcher and you have been tasked by a company with researching the differences between the American workforce before and after the COVID-19 pandemic. This company has been losing employees the last couple of years and wants to know what they can do to improve their work environment. One of the obvious main changes is the increase in remote work. This is the what. What has changed? The data shows that in 2019, 5.7% of American employees were working remotely. But in 2023, 12.7% of full-time employees work from home, while 28.2% work a hybrid model. This is interesting data, a significant increase. But to think critically and really understand and do something with this data, you would analyze why this has changed. For example, in 2020, most people working remotely did so because of the shutdowns and concern about exposure to COVID-19. However, even though most people are much less concerned about COVID-19 exposure in 2023, the trend towards remote work has continued. Why is that? Well, according to Forbes, 35% of surveyed remote employees feel more productive when working fully remote, and 71% said remote work helps balance their work and personal life. When you present your research findings to the company that hired you, you want to give them as much useful information as possible for the company to make good decisions. They need to know more than just the statistics of how many people are working remotely. If they know why people are choosing remote jobs, they can figure out how to best structure their work environment for their employees. Another question in this scenario would be, how are employees set up to work remotely? Do they have company laptops? Do companies have programs like Microsoft Teams that make it easy for employees to communicate remotely? How do managers supervise and hold their employees accountable when remote? Analyzing the why makes the information so much more valuable and useful for the company to develop their own policy on remote or hybrid work to make the best decision for their company and their employees. Now it's your turn. I'm going to give you a scenario for you to practice your critical thinking skills by asking the why and the how. Imagine that you are a researcher for UNT Dallas, tasked with learning about how AI technology affects student learning. Brainstorm some questions to consider in your research that will help you understand why and how students use AI, the potential benefits and potential challenges. If it helps, you can do a quick Google search and skim some articles on this topic to get some ideas. I hope this video gave you better understanding of how you can use analytical questions to think critically about a situation. In the next video, we'll explore how to make applications across different contexts. See you there!